Right, hi everyone. Today we're looking at the icons on the top row of the Anytone 878. They'll be similar on 868 and 578. The icons do change with firm. As the radios evolve, they alter the icons, and you'll find them in the firmware folders that you download. But let's take a look at these icons. So the first one is the signal meter. X is off, X is no signal, and you've got also 1 to 4 bars that can show. T is transmit power. It can be low, medium, high and turbo. Digital monitor is a red speaker with like sounds coming out of it to the right. I'm sort of describing it for blind people. Although I don't know if they want to know what the indicators are like. But there's probably people that have got bad eyesight that might find it interesting. So digital monitor has got lots of uses actually. It's a bit like a promiscuous mode. If in a repeater situation, you might be on your local repeater and there's no traffic, you're on slot 1. But you might see the light come on every now and again, and occasionally it's because there's interference, but it could be because there's a conversation going on slot 2. And if you go into the settings and activate digital monitor, you will be able to hear the traffic that you were initially missing. But the trouble is, when you key up, it doesn't go back to that person. When you key up, it goes back to the slot you were on originally. I've showed this in another video. So what you do is, on the keyboard, you press the bottom left button, which is the star, and when the person's finished talking, you press that star button, and it locks onto the talk group. And then when you press transmit, it will go back to the talk group that you captured with the digital monitor feature. So that's pretty cool. Incidentally, if you press the bottom right button, if you're out sniffing security and police and taxi services and things that use DMR, if you press the bottom right, it will capture the channel, the talk group and all the information, and it'll ask you what zone. You've got to be in VFO mode when you do this, but that's a lot of information for you about digital monitor. Vox, I've never seen this icon on, so that's interesting for me to see what it's like. Vox starts transmitting when you talk, not when you press a button. So if you have lost the use of your hand, or if you're just feeling a bit lazy, you can activate Vox just by talking, and it will start. It will transmit. Next one along is recording. If you're recording a conversation, if you've got enough memory, it will show that there's a microphone icon. Looks a little bit like a flower, but it is a microphone. I have seen it on the actual radio, a bit sharp. This photo's a bit blown up. GPS. In the example, GPS is greyed out. It's not on, but this radio next to me, it is on, and it's a red icon with a white dot in the middle. And inbox. An inbox, it just means you've got a message. You've received a message from someone on DMR. And the R, I've never seen that before. That means roaming. If you've got roaming enabled when you're on if you're on a long drive and there's a set amount of repeaters on the way, almost blanket coverage, you can set roaming on, and it will look ahead and it will work out what repeater to switch to, and it will just do it seamlessly. Well, I've never tried. I'd love to see it working. I don't. Put it in the comments if it's any good or not. Auto power off. I use this all the time. This is really handy. It's a red A. And I set all my radios that have got it to turn off after 1 hour, because quite often, more times than not, I'll start listening to a conversation, or I'll be using the radio, and I'll either fall asleep or leave it in the other room, and the amount of times I've been woken up in the middle of the night because there's a beeping noise because the battery's gone flat. You know, it's warning you it's going dead, the battery's gone nearly. But by having that on, you can set it to go off in an hour or 30 minutes. I think it's 30. If you set it for an hour, it'd be an hour of inactivity. And this one is colour code CO1. That means it's colour code 1. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And the battery symbol. I mean that's a super easy one to work out. It just looks like a battery. There's 3 bars on it. Incidentally, I've got my Anytone 87 on my left ear. And the battery indicator, there's 2 blue indicators on the left that are on, that are left, and there's 1 orange which has gone out. So it shows real battery levels. You know, it goes down one notch at a time. Anyway, so that's the top row icons. And anyway, I hope you found something useful there, and I'd love to know about roaming if anyone's got that to work. Always lucky enough to have lots of DMR repeaters. Someone told me that what is it? RT Systems. You can program a route, and it works out. You know, for roaming, it will work out a set of repeaters to put in on a given location or journey. Put it in the comments. That'll be interesting if you know about that. Anyway, 7.3. And hopefully you found this useful, and thanks to Anytone for putting this in the zip that you download. You know, a lot of people don't even explore these things, and then they wonder what the icon is. Anyway, 7.3, and I hope you found that useful.